everyone, I'm Tobi.
Hi, I'm Temi.
And you're listening to Totally On Brand. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? It's so weird because I was about to say Happy New Year, then I got nervous, but I realized that there's some people I don't see till like March, May, June, and they still say Happy New Year. So Happy New Year everyone. Welcome. Temi's here today. She's looking so pretty.
Thank you, girl.
Guys, when you see this episode, just help me check out Temi's baby hair. I taught her.
Tobi has created a patent pending edge method that we have to share
We're going
with
to
you
do
guys.
it one day on the episode.
Yeah,
It's actually not that hard. I don't
Yeah.
know how people sit there and do baby hair for long, but I have a technique.
Crack
It
the
literally
code.
like 60 seconds and you have perfect baby hair.
Changed my life.
But you look so pretty,
Thank
babe.
you. You look gorgeous.
Okay, so we're here to discuss the influence of commercial holidays and dates on buying, selling, and consumer habits. But before we go into this topic, can we first dissect what New Year, New Me means? Because honestly, when this year started, as usual, no, I'm lying. I was going to say I panic, but I don't panic as much as I used to when I was younger. When everyone is like, oh, it's New Year, it's New Me. Everyone online is like, oh, this is a wrap-up of my 2023.
Yes.
This New Year, like, how, like,
Yes.
what is that concept? And what do you, like, I don't know what to feel. I feel the same as I did
The day
yesterday
before, which
or
was
last
the last
week
year.
or last
yeah.
month.
Yeah. You know, I was just thinking, I wish like maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, I had the foresight to create an app that does like mood boards, you know, like an app for mood boards, because I would be making so much money right now. Because, you know, the beginning of the year, everybody has a vision and a mood board and goals and resolutions and all the things that they need to like aspire to. And I don't know what it is about the new year that, okay, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm gonna. And I just think that that pressure is actually what makes you not actually do those things, because you've now put so much pressure on yourself to do all these things that you could have really just done in October.
Yeah.
But, you know, so for me, it's like, it's a phenomenon, I think, like the new year.
But do you think the mentality is more for people to, and please, like, ask us questions, let us know what you think as well, because it's very important. But I wonder, like, do you think is a chance? What do you think is mostly, or what drives people into that mentality? Is it the fact that they are resetting, or everybody else is resetting around them, so people panic and feel like they also need to start something new? And are you even starting anything new in that? I'm confused.
So I've personally
I'm all
stopped
over the
resolutions. So I don't do resolutions anymore. I do not make any sort of like promise
Did
to
you used
myself.
to?
I did, yeah, of course. I used to write them down. I used to tick them off.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I've stopped doing that, because I'm like, okay, I can have like a goal for the year, or like a goal for the month, or a goal for the quarter. It doesn't really have to be the 1st of January. But my point is, I want to do like a general self-improvement in certain areas. I don't necessarily think that the 1st of January is the perfect day to start afresh, because it doesn't align with other dates. You know, like it doesn't align with like business dates, or even like seasonally. Like if I was abroad, you know, 1st of January is the dead of winter. Do you understand? Like I don't really know how, to me, that's a natural, like I'd rather like do New Year September 1st than January 1st, but that's just me. And I also think it's like crowd mentality. By the time you open Instagram one day and just see all the personal trainers, all the fitness people, all the juicing companies have started, you know, New Year cleanse, New Year detox, you start to like get carried along by the wave.
Interesting you mentioned the fitness, the juicing. It's so interesting though, because I now feel like these dates that we have set ourselves or like put so much pressure on have turned around to Jesus. I just had H factor there, Jesus Christ, but it's okay. Guys, no. We're going to move on swiftly, like that didn't just happen. I just
didn't even
said
catch
hard.
it, you know.
Yeah, all these dates we have now put pressure on, not on, I feel like they have led into a lot of commercialization as well.
Oh, yeah.
So like as you spoke about the fitness industry and the juicing company, I realized that come January, okay, January is still busy in my industry,
very, of course,
with hospitality, but come mid-January like this, or February, everything just goes down the drain. The only thing we get in February is Valentine's Day. So now that brings us to another realm. So we're pressuring ourselves, but that pressure, is it that someone created it, or did all of us kind of work? What do you, like? Did we all work towards it to get to a point where we've now developed all of these extra dates that is now so commercial. Like Valentine's Day is such a big deal. My God, like the pressure it puts on guys.
It's crazy.
Flower companies.
I don't even think it's about love anymore. It's about like gifts. It's like a gifting holiday, right? It doesn't really matter if you love the
Fair
person.
enough.
You're just giving them a gift. And then and then now I love how it's like Valentine's Day. You have to give everybody gifts. You have to give my daughter a gift. Have to give
really?
my mom a gift. Have to give my husband.
Because then it cannot just be the love relationship. Is it only the man you love, or is it only the woman you love?
And then your child is in the background crying that she didn't get a teddy bear. And it's funny because that makes me think of all the like peripheral Valentine's Day things that they've now created. Galentine's.
When is Galentine's Day?
Is it the day before, the day after? I don't know.
Is it around the same time?
It's like the day before, the day after, one or the other. I feel like it even shifts.
What is Galentine's?
It's like, oh yeah, maybe you want to celebrate with your friends, your girlfriends.
Why? I don't.
Me too. Neither do I. But guess what? Somebody's going to do Galentine's special menu, and everybody's going to go there, and then you're going to eat the same food from yesterday, but it's still going to be.
What do you think makes human beings like want to be so attached to some of these things? Like why do I? And it works.
Yeah, it does.
At the end of the day, I want to create a lot of lifestyle brands, so I can't even deny the fact that these things help. Like I already know how to plan the year. I know that for offices or certain traditional businesses, towards the end of the year, they slow down massively.
Yeah.
They're literally wrapping up Q4 and trying to get into Q1.
Yeah.
For me, by September, my heart is already beating. I'm unsettled. I'm unstable. I need to make sure we're well staffed. Like, are we happy about these things, or is it just adding more pressures? Like, I don't know.
I think we have been convinced to be happy, and it's really like excellent marketing, right? So depending on what it is, even if it's a holiday we all know, if it's one that wants to be introduced, depending on how efficient the marketing is, it sort of hooks us and makes you start getting FOMO. So me, that I already celebrate my friends all year round and I love my friend, I'll now be thinking, this Valentine's Day, let me, take my friend out, or let me do something. And it's a very, this Valentine's Day in particular is very interesting to me because it also preys on people's emotional states. So it's really about, single girls. So like, let's say you have a boo and your friend is single. Two of you should now go and do Valentine's Day, or maybe both of you are single. So it's kind of like preys on your emotions. Somebody was very smart when they created Valentine's Day, because
that makes
I've seen Valentine's Day cards, I've seen Valentine's Day events at like clubs and bars and things like that. So I think it's that, one, it's good marketing. Two, you start to get FOMO. Like, if I'm not doing it, then I'm not cool. Like society or whatever has told me that I should be celebrating 25 holidays a month. And so therefore, I'm going to do that.
Interesting. So here we are, New Year, New Me. Then we have all these dates. What? I don't know. How should we dissect this? So what dates are? What are the? How do I ask this question now?
So like, what are the holidays that the conventional ones?
No, how did it even come about?
Like holidays.
Yeah, like someone created New Year. Someone actually sat there and said, this month is January. So since I was born, I don't know anything else but January to December. Like, where did that come from? So I was reading online. When we're doing some research, I was reading online how, what year was it? Wait, let me check again. Was it year?
Was it a century? So 18th century, 17th, some century.
I think so. What was the guy's name? Do you remember?
Romulus.
Okay. So he created 10 months.
Yes.
Then Julius Caesar
added 2 more and changed the first month from March to January.
Okay. Do we know why he did that?
I feel like Julius Caesar was a narcissist, so it could be any number of reasons. It could be any number of reasons, because there's a month named after him, July. So, but like.
Oh, is that Julius Caesar?
Yes, it is. It's Julius's month.
I was today years old. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, we don't know why he did that.
But then why did they even create a calendar? Was that to guide us, or because someone just... I wonder why. Is it structure? That means human beings always need structure.
Yes. So you know how like back in the day they had like sundials so that they would be able to tell the times of the days based on the position of the sun. So somebody was like, okay, let's break that further down into seasons. So obviously, and especially when you think about like back in the day where it was just agriculture, like there was nothing else, but your crops will die at a certain period, and then they will. So okay, that one is like that's fall or autumn or whatever. Then there's winter when there's nothing happening.
That makes so
Then
much
there's
sense.
spring. Then there's So I think from that I don't know, Romulus, Julius Caesar, they were onto something. They decided, okay, let's just make them into bite sizes. So let's like break the year down. For honestly, I think that's
That is so interesting. So they probably did it because of human survival.
probably.
Whereas now we're just creating things. Do you think it's still for human survival
Hell
or for
no.
lifestyle? Because we're all
It's
just
for
here.
money.
Because season, they'll say spring, summer, autumn, winter,
My
tax year.
my favorite one is fashion. Anyway, we will dissect this another day. But my favorite one that confounds me, but I also kind of understand, but I also think it was completely man-made, is the fashion seasons. Because I get it, you wear warmer clothes in like,
Winter.
but they don't follow.
How?
So like autumn, winter
They
is
bring out.
in summer
They bring it out in summer
because
ahead
they
of,
need buyers to start buying for autumn, winter.
Okay.
So it is
okay,
all still driven by money and by like consumerism, you know, but like it makes sense.
So you think now it's more about consumerism. But
Absolutely.
that means like these commercial holidays have a lot of power on a lot of the businesses and careers that we're
yeah.
all kind of exploring.
Yeah.
And is this something we should, I don't think it's something that we have the power to reject anymore. I feel like you almost have to embrace it.
Yeah.
But for me, I still get confused as to, personally, when my year should kick off and slow down against when my business year should kick off and slow down.
That's a good point.
And then different departments and disciplines also
Yeah.
employ different
Yeah,
things. Because a friend of mine was, I saw her over the summer in London, and she was job hunting around August. And she's so intelligent. Like she has an MBA. She's like read. But she was struggling to get a job. And one of the first things I thought about was, August, all the HR people have gone on holiday. They're spending time with their families. Their kids are home. Is it a feasible time that any company is actually doing a
hiring.
lot of hiring?
That's a good point.
And I had explained it to her that, I think it will be a very difficult period for you to get or
job,
secure
yeah,
a job.
yeah.
And that also applies to December. By December, like, offices are literally winding down.
Nobody's paying attention
But
to
in
their
my
job.
industry, that is when I'm
Yes.
heavy
Yes.
on hiring.
Yes. Yes.
Then if we take let's even go back to the fitness industry.
Yeah.
They must be so busy
Like
around January.
it must be crazy. And you know, for me, for the fitness industry, at least, like a fitness brand that cares about, you know, how their consumers think and the kind of money that they can make. Honestly, because of all the holidays that we have been prepped for throughout the year, you know, the fitness industry can capitalize on any one of them. Okay, summer is coming. So like from like May to like July, you can really start pumping out a lot of like get fit for summer. After summer, come and lose the weight you gained during summer. Then ember months, as you enter the end of the year, start getting your Christmas body ready or your dirty December. I love Nigerians. Dirty December is our own man-made.
I don't know where that came
man-made
from.
holiday.
Does anybody know where Dirty December came from? I have no
But
idea.
I do love it.
I really
I
like
honestly
it.
would like to see a Dirty December card like in the shop, like Happy Dirty December. Like it's so like I think that one is good, but like
They got you. So that means
They
we're
got me.
also. So that means we actually
We're-
appreciate.
we do in a sense. I mean, I
The-
think it's also like passive spending, right? So you know how once Christmas rolls around, you know you're going to be buying things, but it doesn't make you feel upset. You almost just accept it. Like, okay, it's time to buy presents for everybody I know. But if you look back at your personal budget, why did you spend 700% more in December than you did in any month before?
Yeah.
Like, does it have to be that way? Should you, like, why are gifts the way to show? Not that I'm saying people should stop giving me gifts because I like gifts. I'm just saying, why is it that we have just adopted it? Like, we don't even question it anymore. We just go with the flow.
Once again, the only thing I can think of is it becomes back. Maybe humans do. Like I said, maybe this is why I'm obsessed with structure. Maybe it comes down to the fact that someone has dictated a
Yeah.
structure for you, and it gives you room to be able to say, okay, this period, this is what I'm going
Yeah.
to do,
Yeah.
and this is what I will wait for this period, as
Yeah.
opposed to just not knowing when to gift someone something.
It's very
So,
smart. It's very smart
Yeah.
because you start to plan towards it, right? So you start to say, like, I mean, if you want to structure, you can save up for Christmas. You can
Yeah.
save up for any holiday that requires giftings, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, which is also a big gifting season. You begin to anticipate and know that, okay, I'm going to have to spend this money during this period. So it's actually really smart because they're giving you they're giving you time. They're giving you time to anticipate. It's not like it's coming as a surprise.
I also like that it draws attention to certain things in certain period that sometimes life will just kind of get the best of you.
For example.
So, for example, if I think of a day like Mother's Day, we all love our moms. I get it, but it's like that one period or area where she just feels a little bit special because I'm just giving her extra attention. So I cannot say who benefits more from some of these commercial holidays. Is it the consumer who is actually consuming it, who is actually inherently spending the money to keep those holidays going, or is it the SMEs and the mediums enterprises or the big enterprises who are also kind of cashing in from it, and they're able to kind of grow their brands? It's so interesting.
So you're absolutely right. There are positives and negatives, right? So for as much as we all like to say that, they're like, it's capitalism and, they're consumer holidays, it also can help the economy because you are creating opportunities for businesses in different industries with different focuses, no matter how small. Like, even think of a micro enterprise that is maybe somebody selling like street food on the side of the road. During Christmas, she's able to sell more simply because people are in a more festive mood. People are celebrating. People are, so I feel like it kind of can really help the economy. And I was reading when we were also doing our research that in America, that there's maybe the 7 major holidays. So we're saying Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. That $200 billion is spent in just around those 7 holidays. And think of that.
200 what now?
Billion with a B.
Billion.
Billion. B for boy.
That's the money that flows through the economy.
Yes,
That's
in
so
7 holidays. Just 7 holidays. So there are pros and cons. I mean,
what are the negatives?
Okay, so the negatives
I can't think of. I was just thinking, what
the negatives are our own pockets. Like, those are the only negatives, I think.
But then again, in this life, the world is supposed to, if we all keep the money, nobody is going to. The money doesn't go around. So it's spending a negative though.
So I think it's about perception, right? So like people can. So the negative is probably people's perception and also people fighting against the system, right? Like, oh, why are you telling me what to spend? But you still spend on something. Do you understand? Even if you don't spend on Christmas, you still spend one day. Another negative that I was exploring when I was doing research was for people who don't like the capitalization on religious holidays, right? So like for Christmas, some people may feel that really Christmas is to celebrate Christ and it's all gotten lost in the, consumerism of it all, right? Like, so now Christmas is really about like Christmas trees and carols, whereas really Christmas is really supposed to be about Christ. So maybe that's a negative. It's not for me, and I'm a Christian.
Crap, you just made me think, oh my God, I'm one of them. I forgot what Christmas is about. Jesus. So wait, Christmas, oh my God, this is so awkward.
Yeah.
My dad is a pastor. He's going to be so appalled.
Yeah.
So wait. Sorry, Dad. So wait, what's Christmas about? You're telling me it's not about Christmas tree, wearing my cute clothes.
It's about Christ too.
What about Christ? Like he died and he resurrected.
No, that's Easter.
Oh, sure. Oh my God, I'm the worst.
Okay, but now you asked me and I'm like, no, but listen, you asked me what it's about and I said Christ.
No,
you said what about Christ? I was like,
it's his birthday. It's his birthday. It's his birthday.
Are you sure they didn't tell us it was his birthday simply because they wanted it?
It's about Christmas. It's about
birth
Does
of Christ.
anyone know what Christmas is about? Is it about Jesus' birthday?
Birth of Christ. Okay,
Anyone,
birth of Christ.
It's the birth of Christ.
We knew that. Toby, we knew it deep down. It was inside.
But then commercialization has messed up my head.
Christmas is about carols, turkeys,
mulled wine.
Ooh, eggnog, presents.
Yeah. That is so interesting. And it means that the kids we're going to have, or our grandchildren, might never actually understand what Christmas is. Because like you said, it's about certain colors. It's about green, red.
Yeah, sparkly, tinsel.
Tinsels, and it's about Christmas trees, and it's about presents, and the Father Christmas.
I know, he's a mascot. Because he has nothing to do with Christ.
Oh my God, because it looks nothing like Jesus.
Now there's like a North Pole. There's listen, they're elves. it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm sure. Okay, you know what, Toby, you and I have to go and read something because I'm sure elves came from something. You know, like I'm sure like there's some like old pagan tradition. Do you know what I mean? Like
That is
reindeer.
attached to it.
Why are we flying through the sky on reindeer? Like who made that?
That is so interesting.
And do you also ever think about the fact that these big holidays always coincide with time off work? I think that's intentional.
Or do you think the times off work were created because of those holidays?
See, now I'm
There could be-
confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That is so interesting. But for someone who owns a brand, I'm not going to lie, I need it.
Of course.
Like, so an SME, who does not benefit from
commercial holidays.
What industry? I can't think of any. The banks do, because that's
Yes.
when you spend money
yes,
as a
of course.
business. If you open a business account, you're
Yeah.
depositing more.
Yeah.
And then as a consumer, you're
Yeah.
actually withdrawing more.
Yeah. Oh, banks do for sure.
I'm trying
Hospitality,
to
no
think.
brainer.
Yep.
Fitness and wellness, no brainer.
No brainer. Even the oil industry, like in that period, you're probably traveling more.
Yes, you
During
are.
summer,
You are.
They're
People are
using more
buying
commercial
Yes,
flights,
yes,
cars.
Yes, people are buying more diesel for the generators
Yep,
to
yep,
run more
yep.
electricity. The fashion industry, of course, benefits with that. People are shopping to look good during this thing. So really, who
I
doesn't?
can't think
who
of
doesn't
any,
benefit?
No, I can't think of any. Like if you're a tech company, depends on if you're. Yeah, like I can't think
And
of any industry that doesn't benefit from it.
Marketing works. Even if you don't have any business capitalizing off Christmas, you can do something. So like you just mentioned a tech company, maybe Paystack or whatever. They can start doing Christmas promos. They can start doing like, you know what I mean? Like even telecom. I think about telcos. Like during the
It
whatever.
helps a lot of people's side hustle.
It helps a lot of people.
A lot of people. Like
Yeah.
have a friend who does gifting, corporate gifting during Christmas for companies.
This
and
year I want to
like
do
wrapping.
matching pajamas. I want to do matching pajama company.
That's actually a good idea.
I've said it. Everybody's going to do it. But anyway.
No. Like at the end of the day, at the end of
I've
the
been
day,
saying it
there's
for 4
so
years.
many, you should. That actually is.
But you
such
see
a
what I mean?
good
Like you
idea.
can have like a sudden burst of money. Like, and do you ever think about the fact that in Nigeria, for example, it's around this period that a lot of restaurants open?
Oh, people even open and close down.
Yes.
Like they only open for the 3 months
Yeah.
and they shut
Yeah.
down. Especially if you have a property that's
Yeah.
idle
Yeah.
or you don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
like anything
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
That is so interesting. I think what we can actually even do to help people, because I don't know if you have an SME, like should it be an SME or an SME?
And
I'm not
Ooh.
sure. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if you have a small business or a medium business, but what we will probably do is create a calendar and insert all the commercial dates for you and make it a downloadable template, because honestly, as much as we're trying to find potential negatives, I actually can't think of
I can't
much
either.
because it makes the world go round. It makes
does.
cash flow go
Yeah,
round,
yeah.
and it's something that we should probably like tap into. Even if you're a corporate worker as well, it helps you plan
yeah.
your life,
Yeah.
plan what you're going to do. Or another thing that I'm really enjoying now is how people are summering. Growing up, summer, our parents, well, you know, I'm speaking from a Nigerian potential immigrant, potential living in Africa perspective, where you go out for summer. I'm not sure what the culture is like in the Western world, if people who live in places that already have a summer vibe also stay there. But for us, like being able to go for summer
Yeah.
was such a thing,
Yeah.
and it brings the family closer.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
do.
yeah.
You guys were all away
Yeah,
for summer,
yeah.
so I can't see a.
You know, summer is also
negative.
is a holiday now. Think about it.
Technically,
Think about it.
'cause, yes.
Yeah, and it helps a lot of industries because you have like summer sales, you have summer merch, like you know, you have beach bags, you have back to school after summer, you have, so
Yeah.
summer has now unofficially also become a holiday that is commercial because there's so many things tied to summer
Yeah.
specials, summer this, summer that, summer this. So I think I don't think there's any negative. I've been thinking for the past few minutes.
And I
cannot
feel like
find a
they've
negative.
also started creating a lot more commercial dates that revolve around things that people should, the world or certain people
Yeah.
or industries think people should be doing.
Yeah.
So I've started seeing on our hospitality calendar,
Yeah.
because we're a business that tries to get people to socialize and celebrate some interesting things that might not be as mainstream. I find that something as simple as World Plant Day is important to us. World Book Day, because we have a lot of books at the restaurant. There's another one I came across, World Music Day. Every time you walk into a restaurant, you're listening to sounds or you're being stimulated by your five senses. And I feel like those industries have also started developing little categories for them. Even the finance world, I know there's always this conference here in this part of the world or this conference, and in that period a lot of people focus on we kind of hone in or something.
No, I don't think it's bad. I think it's good. I think at its worst, people are probably rolling their eyes, but that doesn't affect anybody. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's more that people are like, oh, this is so annoying, but it actually doesn't affect anybody negatively. I mean, there is this whole thing of losing sight of the importance of holidays, but I also think that you have to take ownership of that. If you're a Christian and all you do during Christmas is buy presents and drink mulled wine, then you need to like look inwards and ask yourself why. You can't really blame anyone. You know what I mean? So
no, it's interesting. It'll be very good to hear your thoughts generally. If you're listening to this episode, what do you think? I'm not even sure what question to ask, but I guess one of the things I'll be thinking about is, what do you think, or how do you feel like commercial holidays have done for you, whether as a business owner, whether as a corporate career worker, whether even as a person? Do you find that you spend more, spend less? Do you find that you're more excited when something is coming up? Do you, apart from your birthday, that's not a commercial holiday, but if you're someone like me, then it's a commercial holiday. I turn my birthday to a World Stop Day. But my point is, it'll be so interesting to hear other people's takes. From a business perspective, I can categorically, honestly say, like, it's such a big deal for us. We would not be able to understand the timings, or even I would not be able to understand my cash flows. So what I tend to do, if I could just take a moment and explain, is with the restaurant industry, I have 2 windows to really, really, really like pull out a lot of cash in my business. And that is between March and April. So that Easter period is quite big for us. And then the November, December lump as well. So what I do is I let the cash flow that we get from November, December kind of drag into April, and then the one for April kind of drag into summer, and then we go into those cycles again. If I don't do that, we would actually like have a lot of like cash flow issues, because if you're not really studying patterns, when people start fasting for the Muslim holidays, you're not really like making bank. During summer, people are out, they have their kids, so they're spending a lot more money. So I've definitely noticed that in terms of calendar dates, as much as there's January to December, I still have to map out in my industry what is the best time to do X, Y, Z. So hopefully if we create that calendar, it might help somebody out there. But I don't know, what's your industry like?
So a service-based industry like mine, where we're providing services for customers, it also has its highs and its lows, and there are like periods during the year when it's very high. So for example, branding and marketing agency, we pick up in January because, again, new year, new me. Not even that, new year, new me goals. Everybody's like, I want to start a business. I want to improve my business. I want to.
What about existing companies?
Okay, so like existing companies or existing clients?
Existing companies.
So it happens.
There's the new year, new me applies to
for
people.
New.
Yes.
Existing companies also then want to restructure, re-strategize, pivot, learn from last year. There's always that thing of, okay, let's look at our former year. Let's see what we did right. Maybe we need to do more digital marketing this year. So it picks up for me about towards the end of January. And I'll say towards the end of January because people are broke in the beginning of January.
Yes.
So payday January, it has been like this for the last 4 years. Like the end of January, just the beginning of February, it picks up. Then we fortunately now start to benefit from all the commercial holidays. Or like maybe 50% of our clients, Valentine's Day is coming, we need a newsletter, we need this, we need that. When it really, really, really like nosedives is summer and December.
Interesting.
Yes. So like I try to make all my money between let's say I've come back from summer. We've survived. Between September and November, you need to make all your money.
Got you.
So that you can survive December. Nobody's really looking to start a business in December or even to do anything
people
really.
Need to market around
Yes.
those. Yes.
And then you're also thinking about your staff and bonuses and all of that. So like it's really interesting because September, like July to September, dead, unless you're on a retainer. But even then, it's like. Then November, December is dead as well. So it picks up at certain periods of the year as well.
That is so interesting. No, I find this, I find conversations or topics like this so helpful. It means that another thing this conversation has actually highlighted to me is that if you have a company, you should do whatever it takes to actually understand your calendar year.
Yes.
What the world is doing, what your local environment is doing, what your region is doing, so that you can tap into your peak times, your off-peak times, and when you should actually channel certain activities. Because if you don't do that, there's a chance that you're going to have missed opportunities.
Yeah. And you must always pay attention to trends. So one thing that every business should do is kind of, look at the year before, look at whatever time period you have and start to like map out the trends so that you are prepared. So like my staff already know, like October, November, we really need to push hard, right? Clients will not even answer you in December. That's the truth. They won't even respond to your emails, your messages, and then they just come in January. Oh my God. So when the whole team understands those trends, like you said, it's easier for you to like succeed a bit more and then to start planning for
Okay, so understand your trends. If we were to like put them into, we should definitely develop a template.
I was going to say that would be a really good downloadable. Yeah.
So understand the trends. Market, be clear on who you are and what industry you sit in, because some people also have different calendar years. Like I know, like a tax year in England starts in April. Do you know when the tax year for Lagos, Nigerian starts?
No idea.
Does anyone know?
Timmy, do you know?
When the tax year for Nigeria starts? Okay, I don't know.
Me neither.
Which is so bad considering we trade here. So that's actually, that's so interesting. But it's definitely shown me that like paying attention to calendars, it doesn't mean some of it are a bit gimmicky. Some of it are not always apt or applicable, but you have to actually do your best to figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you, so you can apply it to whatever it is that you're doing and make plans and take the pedals off the new year, new me. Should we really tell people to take the pedals off, or should people do what is best for them?
Look, do what's best for you, but just remember that putting yourself under a lot of undue pressure is not going to help you achieve those goals. So if you want to lose weight, don't say it's because it's January 1st. Maybe that's like, when you're going to start feeling, the need to push, but don't now feel bad when it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like it's the pressure. It's the pressure that then makes you give up quickly or, really beat yourself up when you can't achieve. So I think you're right. Like, do you, but remember that you have to kind of just take things as they happen. You can't force things just because of a date. Right? You know what I mean? So lean into your goals and your aspirations, but don't tie them to the 1st of January just because that's what everybody else is doing.
No, I love consumer behavior. I'm really, really actually happy we explored this topic.
Same.
Would wrap up now. I think this wraps up another episode of Totally on Brand. I think we should we'll definitely figure out how to talk more about consumer behavior, because at the end of the day, all of us are trying to buy or sell something. That's literally what life, apart from trying to seek happiness, seek financial freedom, but all of those, you still have to buy something from someone or pay for something to actually achieve those things. So I hope you've enjoyed this topic. We'll definitely create some templates that could help some SMEs and even your personal life, to be honest, if you want. And
so thank you for listening to this episode. And like we always say, let us know what you took away from this episode. If you start a business, let us know about it. If you love the templates, let us know about it as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Thank you for listening to this episode of Totally on Brand.
Bye, everyone. Mwah.
Okay, so Toby, let's do something really interesting, right? So let's take 3 commercial holidays and let's see how we can apply them to our business. But actually, before we even do that, let's talk about what our businesses are. So Toby, tell the listeners, what do you do?
Right now I own 2 restaurants in Lagos. Those would be my primary. Yeah, I'll stick to that because my life is all over the place. So yeah, I'll stick to those 2 at the moment.
Okay.
So I would say I run 2 hospitality spaces.
Okay. Amazing. What are they called?
One is called the House and the other is called the Terrace.
Amazing. And just, since Tobi's being so humble, I'm just going to let you guys know that they're amazing. The best jollof rice in Lagos is from the House. She's like, yeah, I just run 2 restaurants.
I get actually really shy. Like,
don't be shy. Okay, Tobes. All right. And so for the benefit of the listeners, I run a branding marketing strategy agency, and it's called TMA Brand Consulting. Also, for the purposes of this podcast, I will leave it there. I feel like we have other ventures, but, so that's what I do. So, okay, 3 commercial holidays. Production, help us out.
I think we should, can someone help us?
Help us out. What should
So that we're doing, what we're doing, so we're going to pick out 3 holidays.
Yes.
And then we're going to...
So you're going to tell me how you think I can capitalize on those 3 holidays.
Okay,
and I
that's
will tell you what I think that your businesses can, benefit from. And then hopefully the listeners learn something.
I like this, like a game.
Yes.
Let's do it. Who's going to help us? Somebody, please.
Employee Appreciation Day.
Oh.
Employee Appreciation Day. Okay, what's your industry again? Marketing, branding, services.
Yes.
Okay, so an idea. So one thing I've adopted, actually, I'll share this. So one thing, the first year of my business, every year of our business, twice a year, we do retreats with our entire employees, and I have quite a lot of them. What I tend to adopt, which I would share with you, is to engage them in things they don't usually do. Things that are completely out of their spectrum, their day-to-day, their scope. What do I mean by that? So there are a few ways you can do it. With me, the first year of my business, I took our entire 80 or so staff to a beach house. So they got on a boat for the first time and they experienced that. So it depends. I would suggest 2 things. Do you want to spend money? Or if you can't spend money, I would say definitely do something that is completely different that they've only heard about. But they personally might not have experienced.
Okay.
So it could be something as simple as a tennis game.
Okay.
It could be taking them to a beach house.
I took them to a beach house and they loved it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That was really nice.
It can be as simple as taking them on a karaoke evening somewhere.
Okay.
It could even be as you guys do branding, and you could do a competition and actually have them create a marketing plan for a company. Maybe you have a friend's company or you guys have a client. And you actually get your employees to create a marketing plan, each of them. Because sometimes with employees, you know what is inside them. I find that especially in this part of the world, people can be quite cagey and quite quiet.
That's true.
So see what each of them can come up with and put a huge price on it. It could be whoever wins it gets like 100 or 200,000. Like I think that would be so stimulating and exciting. What else can I think of? I think what else can you do to appreciate your employees? So teach them something new, engage them,
unique experiences,
and maybe gosh, it's so difficult to come up with ideas on the spot.
It is.
Another thing I could suggest as well is one day. Maybe shut the business down for a day and you guys spend time together. Oh, another thing I enjoy doing is letting them ask me anonymous questions.
Okay.
So we always have a box.
and
each person writes questions.
Yeah.
And we sit round on the floor.
Yeah.
And we talk about it.
Yeah.
That's another thing I do.
Oh, I love all those ideas. I'm definitely going to adopt like one or two for like our end of year retreats.
I like it.
Thank
Yay.
you, Tobes. Okay. Am I supposed to?
Yeah,
Well,
you're the one that started the
Well,
game.
you've already said all the good ideas.
Well, you have to give me something.
Oh, now
What can
it's
I do for
harder.
Employee Appreciation Day?
Okay, how many employees do you have?
Right now, I'm working with about 160 in-house full-time.
Okay.
And about 20 consultants /
Okay.
outsourced staff.
So is it possible to do it by department? So like, let's say you can't do one entire holistic like thing.
Yeah.
Is it possible to break it up into departments?
I guess if the idea is solid enough, the reason I tend to kind of have them holistic is because where each day we work, each person already only cares about their department.
Their own department. Okay.
So what I want to do is just to
Yeah.
merge them
Yeah.
together and let everyone get to know each other. But it really depends on the idea.
So that actually brings me to the idea. So my thing was in terms of like engaging other people. So obviously I don't know how it works, but there will be some people on your team who may not necessarily interact with other people on your team. They're all in the same business, but they do different things, right? So like your wait staff might not really interact with your back of house staff and so on. So I was going to say, why not have like, whether it's through gamification or role playing, where people switch, sort of like a way to understand how, okay, so like a day in the life
it'll be shambles, but it'll be fun.
Shambles, and then you can create content around it and then play it back, like use it as further
I really like that.
You know, because you know when you onboard people, you know, you also want to talk about company culture. The culture is that we are actually a family. So this was, you know, something that we did on one day, maybe during our company retreat or whatever. It's just a way to like engage everybody, break the ice between, you know, the people who might be feeling,
it's a good idea.
I'm not as important as this person.
I like that.
And then they get to know each other. And they actually kind of appreciate the hard work that goes into doing another job that you're not used to.
Quits.
Like,
But yeah, I like that
guys.
idea. I love
So
that
idea. I think that's a good one. I also really like the idea. So as cliche as it sounds, I really like the idea of Secret Santa. Because it allows you, and obviously this is Christmas based, but it's something that, oh no, we're supposed to stick to Employee Appreciation Day. You can do that version of Secret Santa, but not call it Secret Santa.
But it's still
where
an
you pick a name.
Day,
you pick a name from a pot. The person has to write their name, what they do, and a little bio. So it's like you're learning.
I like it.
Yeah.
What we can do instead of the gifting could be write a note about the person.
Exactly.
I like that.
An anonymous review, or it can even be like something that is, you know, known, but it's just a good way to kind of break the ice between your employees, especially since there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
Ooh, next one, guys.
World Book Day.
You start.
What's that?
Wait, you started last time. Because I'm now like run out of ideas.
When I said it was just an example, I didn't expect you guys to like bring it up and come and destabilize me. World Book Day.
Do you know what World Book Day is for me? It's like, it's a day where my children wear costumes to school. Like,
Really?
that is literally all I can think of.
Wait. Jola just started this thing about happy noise. Like, she has like this book club.
Yes.
And actually, interestingly enough, okay, let me not be a complete like, I like books. I have a lot of books. Thank you. Thanks, my love. I have a lot of books. And in the house, one of the first things I mandated my architect to do was to give me a library.
I love it.
So we actually have a library in the living room where people can like come and
Read. Yeah.
So you can spend alone time with yourself, rent a book, read a chapter.
Yeah.
World Book Day, what would I advise you guys to do?
It's a tough one.
No. Why am I saying? When I worked in Baloch, I had a book club.
Okay.
So I made everyone read the 7, Stephen Cowell was the book again?
Seven
Habits
of Highly Successful People.
Yes. And we read that beginning to end. So every Friday, we stop work at 12.
Okay.
So it could be something you guys do. And we read a chapter together.
Okay.
And it was amazing.
Okay.
So we'll buy refreshments. At 12 o'clock, your work has to stop. Sometimes if we're really busy, we stopped about 2. And we literally started a book club in the company.
I love that idea.
That's something that you could do.
Yeah.
Another idea for World Book Day I could suggest is buy a book for, you guys can contribute some of your CSR funds, if you have a little bit, to buying books for a school, a library, and
like
get
that.
the team to present it to them.
I like that.
So it could be a book that has been introduced that works. It could even be coloring books. Like whatever we think is missing, because we're always talking about how education is such a big deal and doesn't exist, la. So that could be another thing that they do.
Oh,
You
I
guys
love
can
those.
celebrate Work Book Day by gifting books.
Yeah, I love those
To
ideas.
schools,
I
yeah.
love those ideas. And I really do love the library at the house. I think I thought it was so intentional. And I really liked that because I love reading, and obviously we can appreciate that not everybody loves reading, right?
Yeah.
So for you, I would suggest maybe one or two things. So the first thing that I would suggest, which I really do love, is like a book exchange. And one of the reasons is that it's not like we have a Waterstones on every corner in Nigeria.
That is
like
so true.
people love reading books, but people don't always buy books. So having a situation where, and I've seen it done before, I think in a hotel, where guests, there's like a library, a little library, and then, the concierge tells you, you can pick a book and take it to your hotel room. When you finish, bring it back. You can even bring one of your old books, so bring a book you've read, take a book you haven't read. When so that over the period or the time frame, you start getting a variety of books. People actually come to the library to read books that they haven't seen before.
That's amazing.
So because if I come to the house and I read a book in the library and I come back 3 weeks later and it's still there, I have nothing new to read. But if we have like a book exchange where people can bring their own books that they found interesting, you can
and they
do
can
that.
put it in there.
Yes, and
That's actually a good
it can
point.
even be engaging. You can leave a little note. I like this. Hi, my name is Tomi. I like this book because it was really thought provoking. I hope you, the next person who reads it, enjoys it.
That's really amazing.
Then the next one is
I have a tech process to be able to do. That's
like an actual library where you're checking it out and returning it. I like that. I think it will be very cool and unique, something that hasn't really been seen.
Done, yeah.
Then the second one would be, this is just a bit of fun. So let's say it's World Book Day, which is one day you could have cocktails made after like specific books, like maybe books that are really like there's this book called All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. I love that book.
I loved it.
It's so good.
Because all the men in Lagos are truly mad.
Sorry. But anyway,
Sorry.
But anyway, like having like a really bright yellow cocktail, or not a yellow. Ew. Anyway,
Oh, read and sip.
Yes,
because we're always doing sip and paint, sip
read
and this,
sip,
sip and that.
Read and sip, and then
like
their
that.
cocktails. It's just a bit of fun, but it's just one day, so that would be kind of cool.
That could be so cool. Imagine people can actually come in and share their experiences.
Oh yeah.
About Lagos men. Oh God.
Listen, I feel
Even
like they
as
should
I'm
have done
thinking
so much
about
more
it,
with that book.
I'm stressed out.
They should have done so much more with that book. That book is like a
but the
movie,
book
a
is
TV
good.
show. It's really
It's
funny.
good.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I like those ideas.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God, the read and sip one could be pretty cool, especially with books like that, because people will show up.
And they will talk. They will talk. So, okay, production. Last one.
One more. This is so fun. I like it.
Me too.
I can't believe
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Okay.
Okay, let's not be discriminatory
Okay, yeah,
because we're
sure.
so used to Mother's Day.
I know.
Father's Day, Father's Day, Father's Day. You have a branding and marketing agency.
hard.
What would you do? What would I suggest you guys do with Father's Day? So there are two layers. A lot of these things, even with the book club, I spoke about internal and external. So another thing I could suggest for Father's Day that you guys can do is, if you have clients that are fathers, shock them. Men don't understand gifting. They don't get enough gifts as much as we women do, to be very honest with you. Like with my brother, I buy him flowers. I think this is the second time I'm buying him flowers. It was awkward or not. My male friends, I tend to actually give them things that are sentimental. I write notes in their cards, like it's very important to me. So imagine you write why we appreciate you notes with boxed flowers or something and deliver to all the clients that you've ever had or you want to have.
All right.
It's expensive, Abby.
It's not even that. I'm like, that's a lot of fathers.
That's good then.
I guess so.
It could be like a little note
I know,
and
I
something
like that, I
and
like
send to
that.
them and just say
I like
why we
that.
appreciated you or why we appreciate you.
And I think that's so valuable
And a
for so
little
many listeners.
note
Yeah.
about, when you work with people, you study their personalities.
yeah.
Some are strong, some
Yeah.
are abrasive,
Yeah.
some are lovely, some are soft, some are emotional. Like you can actually write a little note about what you thought about them. So that's the past and the ones that are present. And I think men are softies deep down. They just always carry bragado everywhere. So imagine like that. I think that could be really nice.
I like that idea.
Then for your internal team, I think just wishing all of them or finding a way to tell them that even though they're not fathers by the context of the word, you don't have to birth to be a mother or a father. Just the fact that you might have people you're looking after. In Nigeria, everyone is always looking after somebody.
For sure.
Just even the fact that we're all on earth to look after each other. Like you don't have to have your own to have a sense of responsibility. So we can apply the same thing for the clients to all the men in the house. So the ones that are future fathers, you can say, you can write them a little note. What else can I say? You can organize a football or a games retreat with another company, other branding and marketing companies for the guys. So they could do like a 5-a-side football competition and you can have a cup and it's in honor of Father's Day. We're going to come and cheerlead you guys to play sport and, you know, come and show us your strength and your...
I love that.
And it could be a nice way for men to feel appreciated, feel focused on, while also doing the things they like doing, like watching football and running around.
That is so cool. I'm going to go and look for like one of my like agency friends. Be like, let's do this together.
Yeah.
I love that. Thanks, Tobes. Okay. So what would the house do? So I'm all about like driving traffic to places, right? So like what is cute?
Darling, I like where your mind is going.
What is cute? What is engaging? What do people like? Oh, that's so cute. You know, so Father's Day, the terrace or the house has like a Father's Day wall, right? You have a Polaroid camera in front. When you walk in, you can take a picture of your dad or your husband or whatever. It's just, you know, quick, like boop, boop, and then it develops. You pin it on the wall and you write a little note. So over the course of, I mean, it's Father's Day, but you know, over the course of the weekend, you can have that, and then it becomes a Father's appreciation wall. Number one, it's engaging because your customers think it's really cute and it's nice.
I like
Number
that.
two, it's visually stunning because it's like, wow, memories, you know, like it's nostalgic. Number three, it encourages people to like write thoughts out, right? So you're actually, and people can read the notes that are being left. So it appreciates fathers. It drives traffic to the organizations. It creates a bit of nostalgia and like,
really like
engagement.
that.
And I think it's really nice when you can do something
I like
because you know
that.
so many restaurants.
You're going to see this idea.
Don't worry,
So
girl.
just
I'll
look
take a
at
picture beside the wall.
Yes.
So you know how a lot of establishments have like Father's Day brunch, Father's Day drinks, and it's necessary, but it's nice to actually feel like you're walking into an establishment that is not immediately like bring your money.
I like
You
that.
know,
Makes so much
They will still bring their
sense.
money, Sha,
but
you know,
it's more than that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
even the fact that the women in your life are stopping you and saying pose for
Pose.
me. It's already
you're like
so
memorializing
cute.
a period in time, and it's Father's Day, and it's, you know, you can use it for further marketing down the line.
I like it. I love that.
Okay, let me do like you. So we have internal, we have external. Okay, so that was internal. Well, no, that was external-ish because it's for customers, right?
Yes.
So for your staff, of which you have 10,000, let's the same thing. You know, you can do like you know, I mean, within reason, and maybe over the course of a few days, you can do like a special appreciation for all the fathers. So maybe if you're a father this week or this weekend, you get a half day off, or, you know, go and spend time with your kids.
Oh my God, that is
Talk to
so
HR first, though. Don't
dope.
say Temi told you to.
No, do you know why this is so
Yeah.
dope? Because like I have a tendency to be more biased towards the women
Always.
who work
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the company. So imagine like during Father's Day,
Yeah.
like you just said, all
Yeah.
fathers actually get
Yeah.
half
Yeah,
day
absolutely.
in that week, or each of them get an extra day off.
Yeah.
That will go that's
a
a
long
dope
way.
idea.
And for,
Guys,
like,
I'm doing
and
it.
for morale.
Would you appreciate one more day off? You
And
would.
for
To do
morale,
what?
they
To
will love
sleep.
it. Fathers need to sleep too. How do
Timmy,
you
would you appreciate one more day off?
This one.
I can't. Would you appreciate one more day off?
That means you people are underworked. That's what
Yes!
it means. You're not busy enough.
As men, we have to hunt and work twice as hard. To protect the
Toby, I don't get it.
Well, I'm going to implement that idea because I
Exactly.
know my own staff will jump at it.
Like, they would, I would even appreciate, like, the, you know.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
It's
so-
such a nice idea.
Ooh,
I
I
love
love
that idea.
So we have things to do.
Yes, and I really
And
hope this has helped like the
honestly,
audience with
yeah,
some ideas
yeah,
as
yeah,
well of
yeah.
things that you can adopt
Yeah.
with your business. Like,
Okay.
and write to us and actually share. You can ask us questions.
Yeah.
If there's anything you want us to like share with you, she owns a branding, like her job is to make businesses make money or think of how to make money.
That's true.
I own businesses. My background is actually marketing and branding as well, interestingly enough. I own businesses and I've had to develop or figure out ways to keep making money and keeping cash
Absolutely.
flow. So
Yeah.
literally do not feel anyhow. Write to us, send us a message and ask us questions. Like share your work dilemma with us, share your entrepreneurship dilemmas with us, and let us see how we can help you navigate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And make this money.
We all need money. Money makes the world go round.
Okay, and obviously not just money, also move forward in life, but
Sure.
and you make money while you're there as well. So all right, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget you can catch us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere else you find podcasts. So till next time, bye.